To everybody. Today I am going to embroider this cute design. First, let's hoop the fabric. By the way, this is linen. As for me, linen is the best fabric for embroidery. Now let's screw and tight the fabric, because if your fabric isn't tight, it will be difficult to embroider actually. This procedure is very important. Always keep your fabric tight. Well, and I'm going to cut these corners because they always irritate me actually. It makes a lot of troubles. Well, my hope the screw is down because I use stand for embroidery. That's why it may look a little bit strange why my screw is down. Okay, I would like to start with this bird, and I'm going to embroider it in black color, and I thread my needle with 2 strands, and I'm going to stitch using backstitch. I will actually make my stitches quite small because I want my bird looks delicate. Backstitch is one of the basic stitches. This stitch is very simple, but it needs some practice. Here I want to stop because I want to embroider this part, and here I'm going to use lazy daisy stitch, also one of basic stitches. Very simple. I put my thread too high, so good. A very cute stitch, lazy daisy. As for me, now let's close this loop and one more from the right. Yep, ready. Almost. Good. And I continue embroidering using backstitch. As I said, I work with 2 strands and it's black color. I always use threads DMC, and the fabric is linen. Now let's embroider at once this part. I use simple straight stitch. I think I will fill in this triangle. And one more stitch from this side. Yes, it's ready. And I continue stitching as before. This design is, as for me, it's very cute and can be used on some clothes for children, and not only for children. You can use it on your handkerchief. Why not? Well, the second leg is almost ready. By the way, when you have to embroider some curved lines or circles, try to make your stitches smaller, even tiny, and then your curves will be delicate and accurate. Well, the main part of our bird is ready. Now we have a wing, and we continue embroidering with a backstitch. Backstitch, 2 strands, black color. Again, I change a bit the length of stitches because here I have curved line. So the wing is almost ready. And the last part is eye. Wonderful back. Now let's secure our embroidery. And cut the thread. And now let's embroider these closed eyes. eye. The same thread and the same stitch, back stitch. Here, yes, you should make very tiny stitch. And one more. And eyelash. That's it. So the bird is ready. Now let's change the thread. Let's change the color, because now we are going to embroider this flower. First, I want to start with a stem, and I'm going to use this color for embroidering stems. And I thread my needle with 3 strands. And I'm going to use a stem stitch. So stem stitch, 3 strands. Stem stitch is also a basic stitch. And this stitch is very often used for embroidering stems actually. Again, if you have a curved line, it's necessary to make stitches smaller. And the last one. Next, we are going to create this pot of our flower, and I'm going to use I think satin. And now let's cover. And the last one. That's it. Now I think one more stitch is necessary here. Yes, I'm right. And now close. We'll secure our embroidery. So it's time to change the color because we are going to embroider a flower. Well, I decided to take this color. I think it will look quite pretty. And for flower, I'm going to use 6 strands, so full floss. I thread my needle. Now let's make a secure knot. And I'm going to embroider this flower using lazy daisy stitch. This tail we don't need because it can make some troubles. So let's start from the center to make our flower symmetrical. So be careful because here we have a knot. So be attentive. Make a loop. Pull your thread, but don't pull too tight. We need relief petal, you know, not flat, but relief. And close our petal with a small stitch. Next one, very close to the first one, we are going to create the second petal. As I said, I use 6 strands, sorry. Loop, and we close our loop. Next, from the left, again loop and close it. Another one. And we are going to make one more loop from this side. And from this side. Let's secure, of course. Cut the thread. And the last detail. Let's work with the petals. Let's make it more beautiful. Well, that's it. Our bird under the flower is ready. What do you think about this design?